Govind Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govind, Govind Radhe, Radhe. जग छोड़ना ही होगा, जग छोड़ना ही होगा, गोविंद राधे। पहले पहले ही छोड़ी मन, हरि में लगा रे। छोड़ना ही होगा, गोविंद राधे। पहले ही छोड़ी मन, हरि में लगा रे। पहले ही छोड़ी मन, हरि में लगा रे। पहले ही छोड़ी मन, हरि में लगा रे। राधे राधे गोविंद, गोविंद राधे। राधे राधे गोविंद, गोविंद राधे। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Try to pay attention now, please. As I mentioned, this is the 5th Radha Govind Geet challenge. Verse from the 5th Radha Govind Geet challenge, which comes from the most divine book written by Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu, Radha Govind Geet, containing 11,111 dohas, divine couplets. Literally, listen to the meaning first literally and then I'll explain in detail. Jag Chhorana hi hoga, Jag Chhorana hi hoga, Govind Radhe. We all have to leave this world. We have to. Nobody comes here forever. Jag Chhorana hi, we have to leave. And when we are supposed to leave, no one knows. वो पहले ही छोड़ी मन हरि में लगा दे. So before we leave, we already have to leave. Before we leave, try to attach the mind to God, to Sri Krishna. Hari mein laga de. It's a literal meaning. We all in this world for a few days. One of the faults of this body we have is very valuable. It's very valuable. Even devatas, celestial gods, are begging and praying for birth in the human form. Bhagwan Shri Ram says in the Ramayana, बड़े भाग्य मानुष तन पावा, सुरदुर्लभ सद्गंधर्व गावा। जय राम श्री करुणा कर दे, ईश दिनु हेतु सनेही। जय राम श्री बड़े भाग्य मानुष तन। Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, it is the greatest fortune, bade bhagya, for the soul to acquire birth in the human form. It is so valuable. Sura Durga. Sura means Devatas. Who is Devata? These are people who live in a place called heaven. Agni, the god of fire. Vayu, the god of wind. Indra, the king of heaven, the god of rain, etc. Devatas. People pray to Devatas. They want to go to heaven. Indraya Namaha Swaha. Agni Namaha Swaha. Vave Namaha Swaha, etc. But he said Devatas, they are begging and praying to God to get birth in the human form. And they can't. Imagine, we are praying to Devatas in order to be able to go to heaven. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Yanti devatan devan pitri yanti pitrivataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino pimam. Chapter 9 verse 25 Gita. Those who worship Devatas, celestial gods, those who reside in heaven, they will go to heaven, become Devatas. Those who worship the Pitris, the ancestors, they will go and become Pitris. Those who worship ghosts and spirit, bhoot and pret, will become ghosts and spirit. A lot of people do in Kali. And those who worship God, Bhagwan, Shri Krishna, will go to Shri Krishna. Our aim is not to go to heaven. Most people who, unfortunately, we call ourselves Hindu and we don't even know what is this place called heaven or what happens there. We have no idea. It's not a place to go. We have been there uncountable times. We have to come back here and suffer. We enjoy for a few days and then come back and suffer. So the aim is to attain God, to go to Bhagwan, Shri Krishna. You never have to come back. This is it. So Devatas are praying. And it's not. And how do we get birth in the human form? Kabahu kakari karuna nadadehi deta isha dinuhe sanehi. Bhagwan Shri Ram again is saying to residents of Ayodhya, very rare, very seldom does the Supreme Lord, who loves the individual soul without any self-interest, bestow upon it birth in the human form. It's the most difficult and rarest birth to attain. Devatas cannot get it. Imagine how difficult. We have it, and what are we doing with it? Enjoying the senses, having a good time in the world. How many of us are devoting our life to God? We spend a few moments every day, an hour, 2 hours, a few minutes even every day, meditating on God, worshiping, chanting the name of the Lord. Most of us, we don't have any time. Somebody has a prayer or something, we'll go. We have a prayer once a year, we will sit down, but other than that, we have no time. We have no time. And then we're going to lose this valuable human path. It's so valuable. So it is very valuable, but it has a fault. In the Mahabharata, once, Yudhishthira was asked 60 questions by a Yaksh. Sat Prashna. The first question was, Kim Ashtavyam? What is the most surprising thing in the world? Yudhishthira answered and said, Ahanyahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshasthiratu michanti kimascharyamatah param. Yudhishthira said, every moment we see death, people dying. Every moment. Going to Yamalaya, the abode of death. Yet nobody thinks I will die. This is the most surprising. We see a young person has died. And it's not that grandfather is going first, grandson sometimes is going first. And yet we don't think I will have to go next moment. I can go also. My son has died, but I'm only 50 years, I won't die yet. This kind of guarantee, challenge we make. And we have no idea which moment we can leave. Certain things are out of our hand. The scripture says, Ayu karma cha vittam cha vidyani dhanameva cha panchaitani siddhyante garbhastasyaiva dehinaha. Hitopadesh. Ayu, duration of life, how long we live for. Karma, what kind of interest we have. Whether we want to be a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, a garbage man, a loafer. Vit, how much wealth will come to us easily. How do we get wealth? When we give dhan, charity. Many of us will never give charity. The punishment for not giving charity, next life, besides having to go to hell, etc., next time we get human birth, we'll be born very poor. Don't blame anyone. You see somebody nearby is very rich, he's not doing anything and he has everything. And you are working so hard and you can't get anything because you never give bhaiya. Where are you going to get from? Charity is very important. Dhan. And many of us have a lot and it's so hard to give. So miserly. My Guru, Jagat Guru, Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu would say, if somebody has and can't give, wo papi hai. They are so sinful, the heart, the mind is difficult. And somebody hardly has anything and is given everything. It means there's bhakti, there's purity in the heart. The more difficult for you to give, the more sinful is the heart. Understand? And when you give joyfully, you just give and give, without even thinking, means there's purity, bhakti. You don't worry. Because nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to Bhagwan. He's the one who's going to give us. He's the one who gives us. When we give, He'll give us more. So with Vidya, how much knowledge will come easily? Dhanane Bachiya. The moment we'll die and how we will die. Listen, the moment we'll die and how we will die is determined the moment the child is conceived in the womb of the mother, and nobody can change that. Nobody can change that, bhaiya. Naraji, same to Himalaya. In the Ramayana, Naraji says to Himalaya, the father of Parvati, he says, Pahamuni sahimavant sinu, jo vidhi likha liya, O Rama, jo vidhi likha liya. Devadanuj nar nagani, kon metniha, O Rama, kon metniha. Siyavar Ramchandra Kare Sharanam Shankar Ayo Jai Jai Siya Ram Jai Jai Siya Ram. Kaha Muni Sahimavant Sunu. Himalaya, Naraji is saying, listen to me, listen. Jo Vidhi Likha Lila. Whatever Brahma has written in the destiny of an individual. Who writes our destiny? Brahma. Bhagwan has three forms. As Brahma, he creates the universe, Shrishti Karta. As Vishnu, he sustains the universe, Palanahar. And as Shiv, he destroys the universe. So Brahma, the creator, he writes our destiny. Where? In the hand? People come to me also. Can you read my hand? No. Lalat, Lilar, Bhal. Brahma writes our destiny on the forehead. Forehead. And where does he get it from? Purva janma kritam karma tad daivamiti kathyate hitopadesh. God gives us free will. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Karmanivadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu bhurmate sangostva karmani. Chapter 2 verse 47 Gita. Bhagwan says, I give you the right to perform action, free will. Do whatever you want, good, bad, mixture. Your full right, free will. But ma phaleshu kadachana. I don't give you the right to determine the fruit. Bhagwan says, I reserve that right. I will give the fruit accordingly. You do good actions, you're going to get good fruit. Bad action, bad fruit. So, the actions you perform in one lifetime, out of the free will that God has given to us, Purva Janma Kritam Karma. The action we perform in the past life, Purva Janma, out of the free will that God has given to us, that becomes our Bhagya, destination in the next lifetime, destiny. Bhaiya is not written in the stars, it's not written in any book, Panchang. Stop reading Panchang. Stop looking in the stars. It's all nonsense. Stop going to the fortune teller, the psychic, wasting time and money. Whatever happens to us, this is an outcome of actions we have performed in our past life. Very clear the scripture is saying, Purva Janma Kritam Karma. That's what is called Daivya, destiny. So Brahma takes up from that and he writes our destiny. And Deva Danuja Naranagamun, no Devta, no celestial god, no Rakshas, no demon, no Nag, no human being, no Rishi, no Muni. Nobody can change that. Nobody. Look, people read Ramayana, they read the scriptures, but it's just a storybook. Nobody understands what they read, because then somebody is going to come and tell you, forget all of that, man. Give me a few $100, I'll fix it for you. Really? You're better than Bhagwan? Your karma is bad? Some guy you have, I'll fix it. Jai Ho. Nobody. Naraji is making it. Naraji is no ordinary person. Naraji is also called Brahma. In the 24 dissensions of Sri Krishna and Bhagavad Mahapuran, Naraji is also counted. Naraji is saying, no one can change that. In the Ramayana is written. Many places, in all scriptures, Gita, Rama and Bhagavad, everywhere. Nobody can change. In the Ramayana, Dasharatha died. Bharat was he had gone to visit Nani and Nana, what is called Afghanistan today. Very far from India. And so a message was sent to tell, and of course Ram and Lakshman and Sita had gone to the forest. Bhagavan Shri Ram, Mother Sita and Lakshman. A message was sent to tell Bharat to come back quickly, but don't tell him why. Bharat came back and he heard that his father Dasharatha had died, and the Lord whom he loved more than his life was banished in the forest. Bharat became inconsolable. सुनहु भरत भावी प्रबल बिलखि कहु मुनिनाथ राम बिलखि कहु मुनिनाथ हानि लाभ जीवन मरण यश अपयश विधिहार राम यश अपयश विधिहार सियावर रामचंद्र जय शरण शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम जय सिया राम. Bharat has become unconsolable. The Guru comes. See, Guru is so important. But the right Guru, not the one who is going to make us more depressed and more in trouble. Vasishtha Muni, Muninath, Lord among Muni Rishi. Vasishtha is the Guru. So Guruji comes, Vasishtha, he says, Bharat, Sunaho Bharat Bhavi Prabha. Destiny is very powerful, very powerful. Hanila, loss, gain, Jivan Maran, life, birth, death, Maran, Yash Apajash, fame and dishonor are all in the hands of destiny. You can't do anything about it. And remember, we are the creator of our destiny. My Guru says, when everything is okay, you get good fruits because you did good things, you're very happy, you laugh, you enjoy. And when the bad things come, the bad fruits Due to bad actions you did in the past life, enjoy that also. Khush hoke. Laugh, enjoy. You're not going to change it by crying. So laugh. Because number one, the one who is the cause of that, whether good or bad, is me. The actions I perform, that's the fruit of my actions. Not by some stars changing movement in the sky. No, my actions. Very clear. Number one. And number two, who is given the fruits? Who gives the fruits to our action? Bhagavan Krishna says, I reserve the right. I give the fruit. Good or bad. Now if I love Bhagavan, I love Sri Krishna, I claim I'm a devotee, I love God, then I should love the fruit, whatever He is given as prasad. Huh? Not so, bhaiya? Huh? Whatever Bhagavan gives as prasad, then I should enjoy it. If you're a devotee, then you will think like that. Bhagavan Shri Ram is saying to Shivali in the Ramayana, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Guru Ram. Guru Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Guru Ram, Siya Ram. Ashtam jatha labh santosha sapne hunar dekhi par dosha bhulran. Bhagavan Shri Ram is explained in Navadha Bhakti in a simple way. There are many types, forms of Navadha Bhakti. Shibari is a forest dweller. Bill. Shibari never went to school. The Ramayana talks about Shravana Adi. Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Also, as Prahlad says to Hiranyakashipu in the Bhagavad. But here, in very simple language, because it's Shabari, Bhagavan Shri Ram is telling Navadha Bhakti also. He says, Shabari, Ashtama Jatha Labha Santosha. The 8th type of devotion for God is to be contented, happy, contented, whether in gain or loss. Whether you have everything, Jai Ho. You don't have anything, everything is destroyed, Jai Ho. Only when I'm a devotee, when I love God, I can think like this. Otherwise, we cry in the world. As soon as somebody even bounce their toe, hey Bhagavan. Everything is okay, we don't even think about Bhagavan. We don't have time. And the moment problem, oh, we start crying. Be happy. Take it as prasad. When you're devotee, you think like that. So, the scriptures says, Avashyameva bhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham mahabharat. We have to enjoy the fruits of our good action as well as bad action. And we have to leave the world, and the moment we have to leave is already determined. Which moment? We don't even get 1 second extra. 1 moment extra, no, or less. Exact moment. And how we will have to leave. To Jag Chhorana hi hoga. We have to. Then Pahle hi chhodi man hari mein laga de. So when we already know we have to go, and we don't know when, any moment, then the saint is telling us, attach your mind to Shri Krishna, to God. Do bhakti, take some time and do meditation, chant the name of the Lord. Why is he saying this? Because when the life leaves the body, you see someone dies, the life leaves the body, whatever we remember at that moment, that is where we're going to go, we're going to become after. It's a divine law. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna in the Gita, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tame vaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Chapter 8 verse 6 Gita. Yam yam vapi smaram. Whatever you remember. Tyajatyante kalevaram. This body, in Sanskrit, there are many words for the body. One word is kalevar. Means the body. When the life leaves the body, we die. Whatever you remember at that time, whatever person, whatever object you remember, that's what you're going to become, where you're going to go. Now, what are we going to remember at that time? We're going to remember Bhagwan. We're going to remember where our mind is attached. The person and objects we love. That is what we're going to remember. If we are attached to Bhagwan, we remember Bhagwan. But mostly we are attached in the world. Especially in this Kali Yuga, because we make no time for God. Unless we practice, take time every day and sit down and chant the name of the Lord. Do dhyan, meditation. Meditate on Bhagwan, make a relation, practice to love Him. Abhyas. It's not going to happen that suddenly you just remember Bhagwan. The time we're going to remember death is so terrifying, especially for the worldly soul, our attachment to the material world. We don't want to die. We're going to remember those we love in the world, we are attached to in the world. That's what we're going to remember. Look, even in the world, sometimes a father and a son hasn't spoken for years. Something happened and the son got angry and he stopped speaking to the father stopped speaking, the son leaves and goes to a different country, America. And the father is in Trinidad. After many years, the father hasn't spoken to the son, but he still remembers his son. He's still attached. And suddenly, one day, he's very sick. He thinks, I'm going to die. What does he do? Hey, please call Ramesh. Please somebody get Ramesh, call Ramesh. Tell him to come. I'm not going to die until I see him. My life is not going to leave. Imagine. So many years he hasn't spoken. But the attachment is there. And that's what you're going to remember. Many people, they're so attached to the dog, to cat, to dog, to parrot. Be careful. There's a katha in Bhagavad Mahapuran, in the 5th canto. There was a great, great devotee, Jar Bharat. Bharat ruled the whole world for 10 million years. Detached. He was totally detached. Paramhans. Self-realized. After 10 million years, he gave the rule to his sons. And he went in the forest. There's a river called Gandaki Nadi. It's in what we call Nepal today. Very special river. In that river there is a mountain and the insect that cuts the stones and it falls in the river, and the insect that caught the Sudarshan Chakra, the weapon of Sri Krishna, on those stones. They are called Shaligram, and they are considered to be the only authentic Shaligram. Bhagwan Krishna was cursed by Vrinda to become a stone, Shaligram. So, on the bank of the Gandaki Nadi, there was an ashram. Rishis and Munis lived there. Bharatji went there and he started doing devotion to Sri Krishna. One day he was sitting on the bank of the Gandaki Nadi. A pregnant deer came to drink water. While she was drinking the water, a lion roared. And the natural enemy of a deer is the lion. She heard the roar and she thought this lion must be right here, he's going to eat me. And she jumped. In order to save her life, she tried to jump over the river. When she jumped, the baby that was in the womb fell out. She had a miscarriage. And the deer ran away from there, the mother, into some mountain cave, where due to the exertion and the miscarriage, she died. Now, the baby that fell out of the womb started to drown in the river. Jag Bharat saw the whole thing. And he became overcome with compassion. He dove into the water, took out the baby deer, resuscitated it, and started to take care of the deer, the baby deer. And he became attached. You see, there are two Maya. Vidya Maya or Vidya Maya. Jag Bharat was Paramhans, self-realized. He had destroyed Avidya Maya. Rajogun Tamogun. Avidya Maya was still there. He got attached to the deer. Vidya Maya. The deer is Vidya Maya, the outer world. Satpuguni Maya. He got attached to the deer. Just like a parent with a child, he would walk everywhere he go, the deer would go. Sometimes he's sitting and doing sadhana, meditating on Bhagwan. The deer would come and start nudging him. He would leave his sadhana and start playing with the deer, kissing the deer. If the deer did not return in the evening, he would start worrying. I hope some dog, animal didn't eat her. I hope she got enough food. His mind was constantly attached to the deer. He stopped doing his devotion. Instead of meditating on Bhagwan, he's meditating on the deer. He got so attached. Now, as I said, he was a very great jnani. He knew the moment of death was approaching. He knew. Knowing that death was going to come soon, he called his disciples in the ashram and he told them, bring that deer. Oh Hiran, I love her so much, please bring her, I'm about to leave, I'm about to die. So they quickly brought the deer. And so Jag Bharat lying on the deathbed started to play with the deer is nuzzling him. The deer doesn't know, it's an animal. And he left the body with the mind attached to the deer. And what happened? In the next life, he was born in the body of a deer. Wherever the mind is attached, Paramhans, self-realized soul. And he had to become a deer because he got attached. This is a Vidya Maya. No Jnani, Yogi, Rishi, Muni can become free from Vidya Maya without Bhakti. Only Bhakti. So, we people, we keep dog, and some people, nowadays, the scripture says you're not supposed to keep dog in the house, not. It's a pap sin. Give them food. You're supposed, but before eating, give to the cow and then give to the dog. One roti for the cow, one for the dog. But don't keep them. You get attached. People keep dog inside the house. In the bed, some eat in the same, they kissing the dog in the mouth, everything. Hey Bhagwan. Anyhow. So, wherever, if we attach to Bhagwan, Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prati samadbhavam yati nastatya sanshaya. Chapter 8 verse 5 Gita. Antakale, the last moment. Chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. When the life leaves the body, that person remembers me, Shri Krishna, God is saying. Shri Krishna is saying, Chamameva smaran. Smaran means remember. You remember God. Then Arjun, you will certainly come to me. There's no doubt about that. Look, people say, when you die, you take God's name, you will go to Bhagwan. That's true. But nobody can take God's name when they are dying. No worldly soul. Because death, the pain of death is so much. The Garu Puran says is more than 10,000, the sting of 10,000 scorpions. The person becomes unconscious. There's a certain amount of pain we can tolerate to a point, and then after that, we get unconscious. So before dying, we become unconscious. Now, having become unconscious, can you say anything? Unless you take God's name? You can't. And that's why in the Gita, so many places the word smaran, smaran, smaran is coming. What you remember, whether you take God's name or not, what you remember is more important. That's where you're going to go. And how are you going to remember Shri Krishna? When we practice to love Shri Krishna every day. You sit down and meditate on Shri Krishna. Make a relation with Him. Shri Krishna is my papa, my father. Shri Krishna is my mommy. Shri Krishna is my beloved. Shri Krishna is my friend. Shri Krishna is my brother, my sister. Every relation of the soul is with Shri Krishna alone. Many times I keep saying, as Hindus, there's a prayer we say. Simple prayer. It's not Ved. It's not Ved mantra. Very simple prayer. But most people don't have any feeling when they say this prayer. It's just words. And if they know, even they're lying to God. Lying. That prayer is Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhushcha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Tvam, Ev, the Sanskrit word. Tvam means you, two. Ev in Sanskrit means he. In Hindi, alone. We are saying to Shri Krishna, hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mommy, my mother. You alone are my father. You alone are my friend. You alone are my companion. You alone are my wealth. You alone are my knowledge. You alone are my everything. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. How many people have that feeling in their heart when they say that prayer? None. None of us. We lie to God. Because we identify with the body. Only when we have the knowledge I am the soul, the Atma, then I can say, hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mother, my father. Nobody can create or make a soul. Only God. He is the mother, the father of the soul. Amritasya vai putraha. The Vedas say, every living being is a child of God. People in the world, the mother and father can create the body, but we're not the body. If I'm the body, then you're my mother and father. But I am not the body. I am the soul, Atma. Only when one has that knowledge firmly in the mind, embedded in the intellect, then you can say from in the heart, Tvameva Mata, you alone are my mother. Chapita Tvameva, you alone are my father. You alone are my everything. Yeah? So we have to practice to love Shri Krishna. It's very easy. Bhakti is easy. You don't have to do any yoga, any jap. Bhagwan Shri Ram, he said to the residents of Ayodhya in the Ramayana, Kahahu bhakti path kavan prayasa Dug namak jap tap upvasa Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Bhagwan is saying, Bhaiya, what is so hard in bhakti to do bhakti? Kahahu bhakti patha kavana prayasa. What hard work is there? What effort? Yoga, you don't have to do yoga. Yoga doesn't mean yoga. Yoga, what we call yoga, is a limb of yoga. Yoga is impossible in Kali Yuga. Yoga means yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. It's yoga, impossible in Kali Yuga. You don't have to do yoga. Yoga namak, how? Jap, do in the name of God in the being. Yoga, namak, japa, tapa, austerity, upavas, fasting. All that you don't have to do. All you have to do is love. Bhakti means love, pray. We already know how to love. Why is the path bhakti told to be so easy? Because we already know how to love. We know how to love mother. We know how to love father. We know how to love husband. We know how to love wife. How to love children. Brother, sister, friend, you know. All we have to do now in the path of bhakti, take that love that we know in the world and transfer it to Shri Krishna. Knowing that He alone is my true mother, father, everything. We already know. Just transfer it. We have to sit down and meditate on Shri Krishna. Oh Shri Krishna, you are my father, my papa, my mommy, my beloved, my friend, my sister, my brother, my child, every relation you make. And love, increase that love. This is sadhana. And that we have to do every day, bhaiya. Not once a week and once a year. Don't we eat food every day? Huh? We eat food every day, don't we? And some of us 3 meals and some even more. If we don't get, some of us, if we don't get 1 meal, we want to die. Forget about we don't get food for 1 day. Yeah, eat. It's important to nourish the body. We have to give this body all the vitamins and mineral and protein, everything it requires in the right amount. Not too much, not too less. Keep the body healthy, exercise, eat the right thing. But body is material. We give it material things. This body is material. Kshitijal pavaka gagana samira panchara chittaya adhama sarira. It's made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air and space. So we give it material things. We give it some rice, dal, soup, bhaji, roti, bread. We give it. We nourish the body. Now, can we give some rice and dal some roti, some bread to the soul, Atma, who we are? Can we give him some bread also? No. Why? Because the soul is a fraction of Shri Krishna and so it's divine. Just as Shri Krishna is divine, the Atma, the soul, who we are, is also divine. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivansho jivaloke jiva bhutah sanatana. Chapter 15, verse 7. The Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal fractions, parts of Shri Krishna. And because Shri Krishna is divine, the Jivatma, the individual soul, is also divine. So body is material, we give it material things. The roti, the bread, the rice, the soup. The soul is divine, you have to give it divine food. Just as we eat every day to nourish the body, we have to eat every day to nourish the soul, the Atma also. Every day to keep it healthy. And what is the divine food? When we sit down by ourselves in the Gita in chapter 6, Shri Krishna says, Ekaki. When you do meditation, you're going to do sadhana alone, Ekaki. Sit alone. There are times you can, communal worship is also good, but when we are doing our sadhana alone, Ekaki. There are many reasons. I can't go in detail right now. Sit alone. Meditate on the Lord. Make a relation. Increase your love. And to help in that, chant the name and the glories. Chant Maha Mantra. Chant Radhe Radhe. Radhe Govind. Any name of Bhagwan. You don't have to say any mantra. There's no mantra which is more powerful than God's name. Tell me any mantra which is more powerful than the name of God. Shankar Bhagwan sits on Mount Kailash. Shankar Bhagwan. You know which mantra he says? He sits in Samadhi. Ram, Ram, Ram. That's all. You know why God's name is so powerful? That no mantra can be as powerful as God's name. Gaurang Mahaprabhu tells us, Naam Naam Kadi Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Tartar Pita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midshamiha Janina Nuraka. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says in the Shikshastra, Naam Naam Kari Bahudha. Hey Shri Krishna, you have so many names, uncountable. And you are so merciful, so kind, so merciful. You have taken all your power and put in the name Nija Sarva Shaktis. Shri Krishna is sitting in the name. God sits in the name. There's no difference between God and the name. That's why any name of Bhagwan you can take. Any name. Because there's no difference. The problem is we do not have the faith, the belief. We take the name of God like a parrot. How many people that are doing jap, etc. have the faith? One name of God, Shri Krishna is sitting in that. When you say Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, you have the faith in the heart that Shri Krishna is sitting in the name. Gaurang Mahaprabhu is saying, you have made no rules when it comes to taking the name, which direction to face, whether you should take a bath, what clothes to wear, nothing, no rules. Etadishita kripa, Bhagavan mamapi. My Lord, your mercies are to the extreme, but durudaivami dishamiha janina anuraga. My misfortune is also to the extreme in that I do not have love, attachment for taking your name. I take it begari, like an exercise, like a drill. Because someone told me do so many mala, it was so hard. Trying to finish it very quick. Are bhaiya, the day you have the faith that Shri Krishna is sitting in the name 100%. The moment you take one Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, you will see Shri Krishna. Guarantee. We don't have any little bit of faith here. Gaurang Mahaprabhu's done this. Don't just take the name like that. Take it. But with the faith. And we have to practice that. Do dhyan, meditation. Meditate on God. Increase your love. Then when you take the name, it will no longer be an exercise. Because you will experience so much bliss, so much joy, that you can't stop taking the name. If you stop, one day will come, and if you stop taking the name, you become like a fish out of water. You want to die if you stop taking the name. But you have to practice. So this is why it says in the second line, Pahle hi chhodi man hari mein laga de. We all have to go one day. Jag Chhorana hi hoga. We have to go, everyone. And we don't know when. Which moment? So Pahle hi. Before that happens, Chhodi man. Before we just leave suddenly, we don't know. Man hari mein laga de. Practice to love God, to love Shri Krishna, touch in the heart, the mind. So if that were to come suddenly, because you have practiced to love Shri Krishna, remember, what you're going to remember when you die? The moment the life is leaving the body, what you're going to remember? Wherever the mind is attached, what you love. So if I love Shri Krishna, I will remember Shri Krishna that time. Guarantee. But mostly we are attached in the material world. Material people and objects. And that's why we keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life from beginning this time. So we have to practice. This is sadhana. Every day. Take some time. Don't be too busy. Take some time. This is my time. 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm going to be alone. Everybody knows I'm going to lock my room. I'm alone. This is time for me and my Bhagwan. Sit alone. Meditate on the Lord. Shed tears. Chant the name, do art, do everything. And increase the love. Practice to love the Lord. This is the explanation of this beautiful verse from Hoga Govind Radhe. As I said, it came in the 5th challenge. And so I decided to explain this one today. There's much more. We'll hear another time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Radha Rani ki jai, Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. We'll chant a little bit. As we get ready for the Abhishek, we'll chant a little bit. Remember, chanting the name of Bhagwan is so important, especially in this Kali Yuga. The only thing we can do is chant the name, the glories, the pastime of Bhagwan. So let us chant, spend a few minutes chanting God's name before we do Abhishek. Govinda, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Everybody, clap and sing. Oh, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Oh, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe Govinda, O Radhe Govinda, O Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, O Radhe Govinda, O Radhe Govinda, O Radhe Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe, Govinda, 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 Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. So devotees at this time,